Good morning out there in the DFS community. It's Vaughn, the Stat Man, coming into your YouTube airwaves, and welcome to the Stat Room. Doing this wonderful morning. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I get into my picks, let me get into my positive word. And my word for this fine morning is I'm going to do two words. I'm going to do win-win. Someone asked me to explain what win-win means. Win-win means that you give people what they want so you can get what you want. Basically, let's say you're working a job, right? And you go in there and you talk to your boss and you say, listen, I am worth $35 an hour. And you go out there and you do what it takes. Let's say you're on construction and you put the panel box in that he didn't even know you could do. And then you run the wires and you saved the job 4 days. You saved him all of this money. So you proved your worth. That was a win for the company. Then he gives you $35 an hour. That's a win for you. That's win-win, ladies and gentlemen. It has to be beneficial for both. Let's say in a relationship, you're with a woman and the man is loyal to the woman. The woman is loyal to the man, and the woman repays the man with some good loving and wonderful food. And then the man pays her back with loyalty, honesty, and security. That is a win-win. So ladies and gentlemen, in life, make sure everything you do is a win-win. All right, guys, so I'm going to leave it there, guys. All right, so before I get into these picks, guys, let me introduce myself. I am Vaughn the Stat Man. You can follow me on Twitter at VonnTheStaTman. And guys, check out the website, VonnTheStatman.com. All right, guys, so yesterday we had a really good day as far as the late slate on the main slate on Fanduel. I put up a 132. It's not great, it's not bad, but it did cash. And in baseball, you're going to have a lot of days where you're going to put up 70s, 50s, and people watching this videos, if they honest, instead of, just saying stuff just to say stuff. If you're being honest with yourself, you're going to have, I would say in a 7-day period, if you play 14 contests, I would be shocked if you went over 120 one time. All right, so I'm going to leave it there, guys. All right, I'm going to go right into these picks. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do something a little different. Now, I'm going to give you a player at every position. Now, I'm putting a disclaimer out here. I'm not telling you to play all of these players and play all of these players, because if it doesn't do well, do not come back, post a negative comments, because I'm giving you a disclaimer. I'm just giving you an idea of a player at each position. So hopefully you have your player pool and you only need maybe one or two off this list. But if you don't, you can run it, but I would only run it in an unlimited entry GPP. I mean, I do like every player on this list, but that's the disclaimer. All right, guys, so let's get right into it. All right, I'm giving you Carrasco. Kansas City, they strike out a lot and they don't get on base a lot. If you look at Merrifield, he's their guy, and then Gordon is the power hitter. But in Kansas, I think it's going to be chilly today, so I don't expect a lot of home runs. So Carrasco should be able to get you 40 points. I like this matchup. All right, next you got J.A. Happ. Now Happ doesn't really have a good he hasn't had a good start to the season. If you look at his first two games against Baltimore, he played Baltimore both times. Now Baltimore strikes out at a high rate, and if you look at his numbers, he put up an 11 and a 3.4. He should be able to bounce back against the Chicago White Sox, but I'm putting a disclaimer on this as well. I'm actually going to take Happ off because I think that the Chicago White Sox are going to blast him. So I'm going to give you a better pitcher. I'm going to give you Arrieta. All right, so now Arrieta is going up against Miami. Miami is one of the worst hitting teams in baseball, and they have a pitcher-friendly ballpark. So I love this pick. Next, I'm giving you Tom Murphy. You have to check to see if he's going to play. But I love Tom Murphy in this matchup. He's batting a .333 on base percentage. He has an OPS of an .833. I think he's going to make contact in this game. I think he's going to do well. Now Miley is a really good pitcher, and when I was shocked that Miley actually destroyed the Oakland hitting the Oakland hitters because, you know, Oakland is one of the best teams in all of baseball against left-handed pitching. Cho is one of my favorite plays on this slate. I love him today. I love him in his matchup. He's going up against a lefty. He's a guy who is hitting a 282. He got 5 RBIs, OPS of 715. I think he gets his first home run today. Next, I like Jose Rondon in this matchup. Jose Rondon, I think he's going to touch Hap. I think, guys, this is just a gut play here. This is not no numbers, no batter versus pitcher, no on-base percentage, and none of that. I think that the Chicago White Sox are going to put up a lot of runs on the Yankees today. The Yankees have been struggling, and their pitching has been struggling as well. They have a lot of injuries. They got Stanton. He's not playing. Didi Gregorius is not playing. They got Andujar is also injured, and Sanchez might be injured. This is my upset pick of the day, guys. I think the Chicago White Sox might blast them. All right, now Camargo is just a value play, guys. I love him against Wheeler in this matchup. I think that he can get some hits on Wheeler. Wheeler's been struggling with his control, and you don't want to struggle with control against Atlanta. Adams, I just love what Tampa Bay is doing. And if you look at Adams' number, he's starting to heat up. If you look at his past 2 games, I love to get guys when they're hot, 10, 17, 17. So I love him in this matchup to get you at least 10. Jackie Bradley has an excellent history against Hess. He's at home. I think Boston is pissed off. They started the season very, very slow. I think this is when Boston starts to pick it up. I think Hess is he's gonna do well, probably early on, but I still say he gives up at least 4 runs. And I think Bradley is gonna get a home run off of Hess today. Now, Connor, I love Mark Connor. Going up against Smiley. Remember what I told you about Oakland? They hit left-handed pitching extremely well. So I believe he's going to get a hit or 2. He's batting a 217 with 3 RBIs. If you look at his last 3 games, he's had hits in 3 straight games, guys. I think he goes 4 straight games with a hit. Pilar has been one of the biggest surprises in baseball, in my personal opinion. If you look, he's homered in back-to-back games, 3 straight games with hits, and he has 2 straight games with a home run. Guys, I believe Pilar is going to get another home run. And that's it, guys. A full lineup. All right, guys, so that's it, guys. I am on to today. So, guys, don't forget to win-win. That means give people what they want so you can get what you want. And, guys, don't forget to think in ink. That means write it down so that way it can come true. And, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to life, make sure everything you do is a win-win. Love you.